Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Leo January 7, 2023. Today's transits can have a soothing effect on you, helping you decompress or detach yourself from recent worries. You do well for yourself if you sought activities that refresh your spirit and connections that inspire you. Your positive, calm demeanor helps you attract pleasant interactions. Particularly in favor are love, friendship, and camaraderie. You gravitate to ideas and concepts that take you away from the humdrum today. There can be a release from a burden, or it feels good to recognize new layers to a relationship or a person now. Benefits come from reaching out to others. For some of you, a friendship can blossom. Indulge in your curiosities, but don't lose sight of the bigger picture. In the meantime, the moon will continue to roam through your freedom-loving house of associations, community, and sense of belonging in the world, which might, in turn, inspire a desire to explore your horizons, whether you're single or in a romantic commitment. Conversations are flowing, and you're cultivating your powers of seduction. As the Uranus retrograde Neptune sextile continues, you might be feeling more and more hopeful about the potential opportunities arising in your professional network. It could seem like you are finally making leaps and bounds in your career. Aside from that, the moon in Cancer has thrust you into the spotlight. You might not appreciate the fixed moon, as it squares your sign, making it rather difficult for you to weather the public notoriety. Hopefully, you are being recognized for a unique feat or contribution to your profession. If not, try to make the best of your situation. The moon's first visit to your career sector for the year has also been its last before the North Node leaves your income sector. As the moon leaves, as well as leaving you with your professional instincts and imagination fueled and with a new sense of professional resolve, there has been a chance to partner this with the North Node's lucrative sense of direction. Private affairs will run smoothly thanks to your relaxed and open manner. No nasty surprises are waiting around the corner, and you have the chance to finally clear up an old misunderstanding. You are obviously a good listener and give your family and friends the feeling that you're on the same wavelength as them. You're feeling too good to worry about what other people think, and most of them really like what they see anyway. Now is a good time to chill out. Wherever you go, people are pleased to see you. Your poise, self-confidence in matters of the heart opens doors, and you come across as rather an interesting proposition whenever you arrive on the scene. Be sure to make the most of your availability and fully employ your willingness to show interest in others. You tend to be a giver, but rarely to yourself. Are you tired? Exhaustion often results from a failure to plan. Today's planetary configuration gives you the perfect time to set up the next 2 weeks to most benefit you. Don't give in to stress and go with the high-fat content flow. Plan ahead 3 healthy meals a week and stick to them. You can prepare delicious and healthy soup and keep it in the freezer. It is truly a time for social encounters and games that engage in friendly competition only. Make sure to live up to your professional commitments before you get into any social activities. Allow the evening to develop at its own pace. If you start to schedule the activities, you will find that you will not be able to complete them all. This can lead to frustration. Instead, try to be spontaneous today. Just go with the flow. At the same time that Mars moves into his final 7 days in retrograde motion in your career sector, the moon wraps up its first visit for the year. This will ensure you are emotionally and intuitively engaged as the brakes come on and things prepare to come to a standstill ahead of next week's turnaround. This will also ensure that your professional instincts are sharp, as just 3 days after she returned to your work sector, Venus moves into a friendly aspect to the dwarf planet Ceres in your income sector. At the same time that the Sun moves into his 2 weeks in your romantic sector, he is starting to encounter some mixed conditions. The moon begins the lead up to tomorrow's full moon and its clash with the Sun, but at a time when there is also growing support. It begins with the Sun's friendly aspect to Uranus, something that is bringing a mix of romance, adventure, and nostalgia together. Daily Planetary Overview. The Capricorn Sun connects with Uranus in Taurus this morning. When these two planets align, it allows us to lean into our innermost true and unique vibe. We can be ourselves today without any pushback from friends, family, or co-workers. In fact, living one's best life means embracing all of the parts of oneself, which we will be freely sharing with others today instead of hiding who we truly are. The Pisces Moon and Mars in Cancer square off today. When the Moon squares Mars, it can bring intense arguments to the fore. This energy can directly affect relationships and home life. Be careful not to listen to people who don't have your best interests at heart. And don't take advice from someone who doesn't know the full story. They might push you into saying things that aren't necessarily kind and don't hold any weight in the discussion. Although we might want to argue until the bitter end, and get in the last word, it would be inadvisable. More often than not, it doesn't matter who wins. Be the bigger person, and stop the drama from reaching that point by walking away or apologizing. In many cases where arguments occur, no one is right or wrong. Therefore, it's important to regain peace and understanding, so you can work and evolve together as a functional unit. In centering conversations around our own experiences, we can come off as showboat. We are entirely naive to this, unable to see ourselves realistically and believing that we are making friends when we are really attracting people who want to see us knocked off our pedestal. We should be mindful of how we are presenting ourselves as well as the company we are keeping. Perhaps it will be better to put off new introductions until later in the morning, as the Moon enters its void following this aspect. We only get one chance to make a first impression, so we might as well hedge our bets. The same attitude that enables us to tackle tedious mundane duties can also make us critical of others' choices or predispositions. Aim to stay on your own path and let others live their lives. You'll save more energy this way. This aspect celebrates innovation and progress. We desire to break free from limitations and carve a new niche for ourselves. Change isn't disturbing, it's exciting. Acting upon revolutionary impulses and ideas allows us to make greater strides in our life than we would by sticking to convention. Because this cosmic meeting is occurring in steady Earth signs, we probably won't throw all caution to the wind. However, we will assess the resources at our disposal and imagine how to use them differently. Don't be afraid to try a completely new approach to tackle a persistent issue. If your method doesn't work, it doesn't work. We are offered divine protection now, so should we make an error or a misstep, the recovery will be swift, and the lessons learned will be invaluable.